Hello, what's going on, guys? Um, Cordero here. As you can see, Byron's not here today. I think Byron is actually he wasn't able to join the live today. He's somewhere counting his money, I think, or something like that. And his children have, Bible study and things to do. But I just want to come to you guys, take some time to share with you a little bit about. I don't know if anybody be able to join. Obviously, I won't be able to see everything. So if you do end up joining on YouTube, I'll be able to get to those comments. Um, but I just want to take some time, talk to you guys a little bit about cold calling, a couple of things that I'm doing that seems to be working. Just getting back to the basics. We talk a lot about PPL. Yes, we do PPL. But just the basics as far as talking to people, talking to sellers, and the initial contact, the point. This is something we're doing all day long. And I'm talking about all day long. So I say cold calling, but just in general, talking to sellers and what that's like. So a couple things I'm doing, questions you might have. If you got any questions, let me know. But when I say cold calling, I am using a dialer. Yo, Jay, shout out to Jay, man. Shout out to Jay. Jay know a little bit or a lot of bit about cold calling himself. Um, so Jay know a lot of bit about cold calling himself. He's been in a dialer, spending some time in the dialer, and I just want to come and break that down because I was spending some time in the dialer myself. It's something good to get back to the basics. I was talking to a guy, Kaz, and he was talking about how that's become like a regular part of his business. Still, there's a lot of people still, in spite of what they might tell you. I know y'all hear a lot. Y'all seeing the ads just like I'm seeing the ads. Are you tired of cold calling? Is cold calling just the worst thing in the world now? I think you should start doing like they just trying to sell you something. I'm gonna keep it real. I have my preferences. I like cold calling. I really like PPL, just the way the leads come in. I mean, I like talking to the sellers. I like any source that gets me to good, motivated sellers at the end of the day, because that's the name of the game. But being able to talk to them and connect with them and then make sure you can provide value. Yo, got the CEO coming in, dude. CEO tapping in today. So I like whatever lead source that I can get to provide value, but this is something that I want. It's a principle I need you to take to the bank. Just about anything will work if you work it, right? In all of business, from real estate to selling lemonade on a lemonade stand, selling popsicles, there's no far-fetched, there's nothing too outlandish when it comes to generating leads. It's just like putting up, and we talk about Caritha. Shout out to Caritha if she doesn't end up seeing this, but we talk about her. She said just yesterday, a couple of days ago, she's up somewhere handing out flyers. You know, there's some real estate agents who bring food to construction workers' offices. There's some people who have their kids and their nieces and nephews and daughters and grandkids wearing, my uncle sells houses t-shirts at the baseball game and little caps and handing out. There's nothing that's like far-fetched when it comes to generating leads. The premise is contacts equal contracts, right? That's what the basics of all of this is. So that's something y'all guys got to keep in mind. But outside of that, it's just like I like anything that gets me there. Jay said, CEO, trying to be like you for sure. I think we all want to be like the CEO if we're keeping it real. But I did want to talk about like just the basics when it comes to talking to people or talking to people and so if they're trying to tell you anything like, oh, don't do this, they're just trying to sell you something. Keep that in mind. You can cold call, you can text. I know some guys that are still texting. I know some people who are doing PPL. I know some people who are doing iSpeed to lead where you're buying leads a la carte. I know some people who are door knocking. People are driving for dollars. So keep that in mind. But what is it about cold calling that you got to keep in mind? And we're going to make this quick. We ain't going to do too much. But you got to keep this in mind. Cold calling, you got to get you a dialer, a good dialer. Because, yeah, you could take your cell phone and like literally ring up people one by one, get you some sort of list or some sort of way to get prospect information and dial one by one, you could do that. But you're going to need a dialer, really. And a dialer is something, is a system, is a platform that it dials for you. And it's usually called a power dialer in the sense that it dials multiple numbers for you at one time. So you can pull you a list for thousands, tens of thousands of people, and upload it to the dialer, and it's dialing it for you, so you're not hand typing all the numbers, right? Once you do that, I've used Mojo, I use Batch now. I'm pretty sure I used ZenCall before, or I almost used ZenCall. Just find the one that you like. Just find the one that works for you, the one you like. Find the one that works for you, and then go ahead, go at it. And we'll talk about how to pull the list and everything like that. But CEO says, I'm trying to be like y'all. You don't want the squatter, non-paying tenant. Got to sell this house within Detroit. Feel bad for the owner. Whole reason they stopped paying is because he said he wanted to sell. Yeah, man, that's crazy. CEO dealing with that. So that's just such a good point. That just reminds me just kind of how oftentimes when you're talking to sellers, sometimes you're talking to tired landlords, and then they'll be like, but I got tenants. And you say, well, can we go look at the property? You're like, no, I don't want to disturb my tenants. I don't know. It honestly depends on the relationship the owner has with the tenant that could cause you going over there to look at it to trigger it. Because sometimes you talk to the owner and you're like, can I go look at it? They're like, I don't care. The tenants already know what's up. They know I'm going to sell it, or they know that we're on a month to month, so they only got a notice or whatever the case may be. And so, but sometimes they're like, I don't want to disturb my tenants. So this is something that I've started kind of letting people know. One of the first questions we ask, even when cold calling, is, does the property have tenants? Is it occupied by tenants? Are you the owner? Like, do you live in the property, or what's going on? If they say they have tenants up front, I let them know, hey, Mr. Seller, I completely understand you have tenants. And before they have to mention it, I start saying stuff like this. I just want to let you know, we may need to go look at the property, but we're really good, and all of our appointment specialists are really good with going to look at the property and not disturbing your tenants. So if need be, we can let the tenant know that it's an insurance inspection, or we're just doing an annual inspection on the property or something like that, and we can be low key if we have to, right? And that usually puts the seller at ease before they have to let me know. So this is not only if a seller says, hey, I don't want to disturb the tenant, before they even get a chance to say, I don't want to disturb the tenant, or I'm cool, the tenant know what's up. Whichever way, I'm letting them know ahead of time, hey, Mr. Seller, we can work around you. If you got tenants, we might need to go look at it, but we won't disturb them. We're not going, we're good with that. All of our appointment specialists, which could be your buyer, investor, whoever your boots on the ground is, who's ever going to walk the property, whoever if it's going to be you, whoever goes to look at it, just let them know ahead of time. Yo, Phil, dude. Hey, Phil, I saw you on IG. I saw that you also do photography and everything too, man. That's good. That's a good look. We might need to start hitting Phil Banks up if we got to go have somebody go take some pictures of the property. You know what I mean? Phil gonna get us professionally in there for sure. But that's something to keep in mind. CEO brings up a really good point, dealing with stuff like that, squatters and paying tenants. Because he says the only reason the tenant stopped paying is because the seller said he wanted to sell. But I'm telling you, we've dealt with squatters, we've dealt with bad tenants, we purchased the property and then had to force the tenant out there. So that's the name of this game, is solving problems. So and you can actually, CEO, and I'm sure you already know this, dude, but you can spin this into a plus for you, because you can position it to the seller. Hey, Mr. Seller, I see that you got this difficult tenant. If we can get a price that works for us, and of course it makes sense for you, then, you ain't even got to worry about it. We could deal with the tenant ourselves. You can just wash your hands, be clear of the property. You can be done with it. Go ahead and move on. We'll deal with the tenant. And then we take that pressure on. And yeah, right, exactly. You get that lower price out of them. Set the expectation up front and then say, as long as we get I've been doing that a lot lately. I'm not saying, hey, Mr. Seller, I need a lower price. I'm saying off the meat rack, I'm saying, listen, as long as we can get a price that works for us and of course works for you and your team or you and your family or you and your husband or spouse, you got to say it in that order. I got to say a price that works for us and you. Say it in that order, not the other way around. Because if you say it the other way around, they just gonna hear the last thing you said most times. So I say, as long as we can get a price that works for us and of course works for you and your husband, then our goal is to be as accommodating as possible. And if you need us to work with that and take the tenant off of your hands and deal with the tenant, we absolutely will. We absolutely will. Hey, how's it going, Phil? Saw you somewhere else yesterday. I think I Speed the Leads live stream. Hey, boy, Phil be everywhere, man. That boy Phil be everywhere. But yes, exactly, CEO. You can spin that as a benefit because that's really that's a headache to you. That's a headache to the seller. Except for we get paid for solving the headache. The seller is looking to get rid of the headache and could be willing to trade some of their equity to if you can deal with the headache, man. Hey, yo, Jade, listen to me. If you got a lead and they get on the horn, let me know. We'll call them right here on the live stream, brother. We'll call them right here on the live stream. So if you got a lead, let me know. Hold on. Stream. I'm sorry, guys. I had to let them know. We can talk to them here. But as I mentioned, a couple of basics, and I want to go back to, I want to make sure we're touching on the basics when it comes to little stuff like cold calling or whatever. Get you a dialer. I'm sure y'all know that. I'm not sure how everybody feel. If you can remind me, man, didn't you get a deal from cold calling before? If so, let me know or put it down in the chat so I can remember. But if you're getting a deal from cold calling, where are you getting your leads, your prospects to call, right? One thing that what we used to do, actually, when I first got started, I was using batch skip because batch got like three different, several different companies. They got batch leads, batch skip, batch dialer, and a couple other platforms. And I think that it's like franchised out or something like that in the sense that like batch leads and batch dialer, they don't necessarily operate together, but they're under the auspices of batch. Keep that in mind. But I used to use batch skip. Literally batch everything. So I used to use batch skip. I would pull them from, actually, I was working with the real estate agent. So he would go to the MLS and just export a list. Whereas you could just use, this was before I even knew about PropStream. You could pull it off PropStream. You could get it off PropStream and then upload it to batch and then pay for it. So you would pay for it off PropStream. PropStream was like $100 a month or something like that. And you could pull like 30,000 leads. And then you had to pay for the skip tracing. And if you wanted good quality skip tracing, my experience, it was usually like 8 cents to 15 cents per lead. So if you pulled 1,000, that's 1,000 times 15 cents. Some of you mathematicians can hit me up. Let me know. Some of you mathematicians can hit me up and let me know. But yeah, man. We all gotta grind so we can get to the goal towards. Just like like for real, like Byron, he couldn't make the live today because he is. So I think he's getting, rims put on his vacuum cleaner. New 24-inch rims put on the vacuum cleaner because they got a custom. They got different type of carpet. Like the carpet is imported from Egypt or something like that at Byron's house. Yeah, I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But when you do that, it get real expensive. I'm talking about pulling the leads here, because now you just got to constantly be pulling leads. So you pull 1,000, like, yes, 1,000 more opportunities to find you a deal. However, that 1,000 costs 15 cents per 1,000. You know what I mean? To get good quality skip tracing. Batch everything. Jade said the property's listed. Hey, man, it happens, but still call them. Yes, the property is listed, so that means you can get your money back. But pursue, and Jade already knows this, but pursue the leads, uh, pursue the leads to the best of your ability, because you never know their situation. And these people could be like, man, dude, I got to close on my property. I'm about to buy another property, or they got some crazy motivation and their real estate agent is not getting the job done. You could step in and get a deal. So, dude, keep trying to get them on the horn, send them text messages. If you get them to answer, we'll call them right here on the live. We'll show the people how it's done. Yes, I got a deal from cold calling. That was a tired landlord list from PropStream. And I'm sure, Phil, if you got it from PropStream, then you had to go actually skip trace it. So when you pull, PropStream gives you the records. It gives you the name of the owner. It matches the address with an actual person who owns this property, and other details, such as important details about the property itself. Purchase history, purchase and sale history, depending on what state you're in. If you're in a disclosure state, some states are non-disclosure states. But once you got that information, then you can take and skip trace it, which is skip tracing the actual owner and then finding the phone number or contact information. That's really where the money comes in, costing you a lot of money. So Phil, after PropStream, where do you usually go to put the phone numbers? Bobby Mack, shout out to Bobby Mack, man. Glad to see you as always, Bobby Mack. Been reaching out to agents all day. Why do most of them seem completely uninterested in making more money, dude? I don't know, but if I had to guess, I don't know, but if I had to guess, homie, Bobby Mack, I recently, that's what all of this stuff is right here, guys. You're talking to your boy. Recently went to go get my real estate license. I passed the test. So right now I'm just looking at some brokerages and figuring out which brokerage I'm going to go with. But what ended up happening was I went through it, and you notice they got a certain little setup, a little vibe from the time that you get your license. And then once you go in there, like, oh, they got the little, they like put people in a box. They're like, okay, this is how you want to get deals. You want to ask your cousin and tell all your friends and family that you're going to be a real estate agent and let them bring you deals. And I ask about cold calling, and they look at me like I'm a psycho. Like, what? Cold calling? You gonna cold call? It's just like some of them are getting into it, treating it like a job. And there are what we call sacred cows, like certain industry practices. In every industry, there are certain industry practices, like certain industry norms that you do, whether it's real estate agent, whether it's car salesman, car sales representative, working at the cell phone store, Verizon Wireless. If you are a photographer like Phil Banks, if you rent cars out to people, if you do this, if you do that, there are industry standards. And oftentimes people don't want to challenge those industry standards. And so the industry standard for real estate agents is do about 2 to 3 deals a year, just basically make the same amount of money as you would working at a regular 9 to 5, and kind of just enjoy life more than make money. And I think people do it more for the freedom than to like really provide value at a high level and get money in return. That's what if you're asking my genuine opinion on it, Bobby Mack, that's what I think it is. But I'm open for other ideas. But I'm telling you, dude, Bobby Mack, they like that. But whatever. Yeah, it's camel hair carpet, only the best. It's actually blue camel hair. Yeah, blue camel hair. I don't know. You're gonna have to holler at Byron. He ain't told me where he getting it. He's not letting me know anything. I'm asking him daily. Yes, sir, Jade. I got you. I might go ahead and shoot him a call while we on here. Do I offer the agent an incentive of any sort? I wouldn't say. That's a good question. And I wouldn't say necessarily like an incentive because they're kind of picky. But yes, I do usually discuss. Matter of fact, I'm going to take it back to a book that I read, and I suggest it to guys, everybody on here all the time, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That book really, I read it years ago, one in and out the other. But I read it recently, like within the past year, and it really honestly, it took me to another level. I thought I was cool until I reread that book. And basically, there's a part in there where it talks about how do you get anybody to do anything that you want them to do. It's by getting them to want to do it too. So not necessarily like an incentive, like, hey, if you bring me buyers, I'll do this. But you anything that you ask anybody to do. And I mean, from excuse me, from the seller to the buyers, to the real estate agents, to the title companies, to your wife, to your kids. And I'm referring to the book, how it kind of explains this, to your spouse, your partner, your best friends, even to yourself. It shouldn't be, hey, I would really like you to do this because I just want, me. It's got to be something more. So if you go reach out to them, keep this in mind. And the conversation should be like, hey, hey, Mr. or Miss Agent, I saw you had a property on Main Street, and I was just wondering if you work with investors on this. Oh yeah, okay, great. And I'm paraphrasing a bit to get to the point, but okay, great. Well, I wanted to bring you some properties as well, and see, it looks like you guys did pretty good on this, and I wanted to be able to bring you or your investors more properties so that you can list them and get more commissions. Does that sound like something you might be interested in? Right? So the whole conversation, the whole pitch isn't, hey, reaching out, hey, can you do something for me? The whole pitch is, hey, here's how, Mr. Agent, I would like to bring you value. Yes, we do discuss like the pay structure or how we would do that. Like I just let them know at some point at some point in the conversation, I let them know, hey, this is how we would do it. You know, if we get a deal, I could pay, you could, let me know your percentage if you want to take that out of my fee. If the numbers are there, or if you just want to split the fee down the middle, however you want to do it, we can do that. I let them know that up front. So we're clear, because the real go-getters are going to want to talk about that up front anyway. Not necessarily they're going to push for it. They're going to have a real nice way of saying it. But the way you present any business proposition is super important. And when you make a proposition to anybody, especially the business to business ones, like reaching out to real estate agents, reaching out to the buyers that you're going to be working with, it should be more, hey, here's what I can do for you. Are you interested? And less about, hey, I'm looking for deals, and I just want to know if I bring you a deal, would you be able to send it over to your buyers? Even though that sounds good, and a smart agent could connect the dots and be like, if I do this, I could get paid. When you say it in a way like that, it just sounds like you're the only person who's benefiting. And it sounds like you're asking for a favor. So the way you present it to them will be very, very important. I have used a few different skip tracing companies. I think I skip traced that time on REI Sift because I was already on that platform. Hey, if it works. But Phil, something that I know for sure works is Deal Machine. So this is just something to keep in mind. If you want to try it, you don't got to, but I've been trying it. If you're going to do cold calling or cold texting, Deal Machine is like 100, because I'm not sure how much you pay with REI Sift, but I would imagine you had to pay anywhere from $8 to $15, if not more, maybe a little bit less. But the quality for your information is, you got to pay for that part. You can't really skimp out on that until now. I heard the Deal Machine, what they got is they got pretty good updated data. So Deal Machine, you can get on there, and they have tiers, but the mid tier, I think it's like $160 a month. And after taxes and some change, that comes out to like a little bit under $170 or close to $170 per month. For $170 per month, you can pull 30,000 leads. Now, this isn't just 30,000 leads like off PropStream or 30,000 records. This is the 30,000 with the phone number. You can filter it out. So you get the records and the skip traced phone numbers all in one place for 130,000 of them for $170 a month. Now we're gonna do a little bit math here. For 30,000, let's say we ain't even gotta go crazy. I won't even do the top end 15 cents per skip, but I'm gonna do 12 cents times 30,000. Dollar amount. That's a real dollar amount of what you would pay. And that's what we used to pay, $3,600 to skip trace all of those leads. I'm pretty sure I paid that like a couple times over the past few years to skip trace. With this, you can take 30 instead of $3,600, you can pay that $170 a month, and you can get 30,000 leads skip traced and upload that to the dialer. That right now is the best value that I've seen for already skip traced information. And I've used these leads, and stuff seems just if not just as accurate, more accurate than some of the data that I've gotten before. So you guys try it out if you want to. It'll save you a lot of money. It'll save you a lot of money doing it that way, because you can get the same, you get access, and then also in the meantime, you can get Deal Machine. Like you can use all the other features of Deal Machine. If you drive into the grocery store, you're like, dang, that probably look trash. Wait, I got Deal Machine. Like I said, it's $170 a month. And then boom, you can upload that thing to you can upload that to your dialer or to your text platform or wherever you want to do. I think it's listed in the photos on Zillow are weird, but I'm gonna see if I could dispute. If it says listed or for sale online, that is enough to dispute it. I would check. What I usually do, Jade, is check a couple websites. So check Zillow, check Redfin, and Realtor.com. Sometimes the seller has it listed FSBO, for sale by owner, and it's not necessarily listed with a real estate agent. But either way, if it's listed for sale online, you should be able to get your bread back. I would check. It's best for me, check Zillow, Redfin, and Realtor.com, and then include screenshots from all of them so that way you can upload that and dispute it. CEO, tell them you're unrepresented so they can present you your offer after you email the LOI. That's what I did when I was DTA. If they can't do dual agency, offer a flat fee. Yeah, man, that's a good point. And I know we've all heard of like the Jerry Norton calls it the double dip strategy. I've tried it, but when you lead with that, it sounds good to the right agent. But the other agents, the ones that Bobby Mack was talking about, the ones that seem to not want to make money, because again, that's another, it's not necessarily illegal in some places. Like in Tennessee, it's not illegal to do a dual agency, but I've tried it. I'm like, hey, we could do a dual agency. You can, it's like, you can't do that. I'm like, well, yeah, you can. And it scares them away. But again, my favorite saying from Byron, if they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. So it don't matter. If you offer them to do an agency, they can make money. Those are some incentives that you can offer them. But I'm talking about the initial proposition when you get on the phone, the initial pitch. What are we even talking about here? Let alone how are you going to pay me off of it? Is I want to bring you more deals. I want to bring you more opportunities to make money. If this is what you do, then you could, and then go deeper and say, so you work with this. This was a flipper that you work with and you listed the property. Did it sell? Oh yeah. Did you bring them the property initially and they got it from somewhere else? And a lot of times they'll explain this. Yeah, I brought the buyer the property. They flipped it and I didn't charge them anything. They flipped it and then they listed it with me and I charged them on that fee because they make more money when they sell it at the higher price. And they save the buyer more money when he's buying it, he or she is buying it. So get information about how their system works. So, oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Well, if I could bring you more properties, we could do it that way. We could do it that way if that's beneficial to you, but I want to bring you more opportunities where you can make more money like that. If that's something that you're doing already, let me bring you properties that your buyer might be interested in or your other buyers and so on and so forth. So that's a good point, CEO. And tell them you have a private money lender that may want you to close under their LLC. That's how you get them to allow and or sign on the contracts. Yeah, I think the CEO, if I'm not mistaken, Bobby Mack, you can correct me. I think Bobby Mack is talking about reaching out to agents for buyers, not necessarily reaching out to them for on-market properties. Yeah, doing the dual agency or the double dip strategy, as Jerry Norton calls it, and letting them, like, I think you're talking about, CEO. It sounds like when but this is good advice. If you're trying to reach out to on-market properties and you're trying to get the agents to like lower the price and stuff like that, then yeah, this is some really good advice. Tell them you have a private money lender that may want you to close under their LLC. That's how you get them to allow and or sign on the contract. That's good. I'm gonna write that one down. Not that I intend to do any on-market properties, just because I get it. There's value everywhere, even in FSBOs, but I don't waste my time with them. Like I said, my favorite things is anything that gets us directly to motivated sellers. I usually don't like talking. I usually don't like doing anything where it puts distance between me and the direct decision maker. So especially not working with properties that are already listed. I got to go through the agent. So that's what the CEO is talking about. But this is good advice because those are a lot of people think like that. And if you take the route to go against the grain, you can find good opportunities. Ty, thank you for the advice. Yes, sir, Bobby Matt. Dang, 30K for free. Oh, well, it's 30K. You paid the 170, like I said, that you pay for the membership. And they have tiers. They have a membership above that. And I can't remember what it is you get or how much I think it costs like $400, $500, and it might be like a stupid amount of leads. But I just thought the fact that you pay 170 and prop stream alone costs $100. Then 3,500 or 3,600 or whatever we just did to get, you feel me, to get to another skip trade to actually get to the phone numbers, you know what I'm saying? Versus 170, and it's like 168 and some change, but 170 and you get the 30K leads. Come on now. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Oh yeah, Deal Machine came out with free skips on Black Friday. And if you attended their 2-day virtual event, you could get a whole year for $750. I'd have got that $750. I'd have got that $750 because you loaded. Oh, matter of fact, how long do y'all think it would take y'all to call 30,000? I just did it for 2 months, so I don't even know how many leads I got. I got a lot of leads that I got to call, and it's going to take me a while to call through all of these leads. I mean, I can even get it crunk up. I feel like even with a couple different cold callers, it would take me some time to call through all of these leads. So call through that many leads, and then it's about hitting the leads over and over again. So that's definitely an awesome deal, and I ain't heard nobody talk about it, so y'all better check it out. Is the text and dialer free? No, the dialer costs money, so you got to get you a dialer. I got a promotion, and you can see if it's still available. But with Batch Dialer, $200 gets you the dialer. You can call as much as you want, and it comes with 60 phone numbers to go with that. And I mean 60 phone numbers because you need phone numbers that are yours that you can call these 30,000 people with, right? And it's a certain amount of, and they'll give you that information once you go on there, but it's a certain amount of per number, certain amount of people you can call within a 24-hour period. I think it's 150 before that number gets to seriously started looking like spam. So if you got 60 phone numbers and you call that gives you 60 times 150. That's the math for that. 60 times 150. You can call 9,000 people a day. What's that? Come on. And unless you got multiple cold callers, you're not calling 9,000 people a day, which I mean, that might be the goal. If you want to do that, then do that for sure. But with 60 phone numbers for $200 a month on Batch, you can. So $200 a month cold calling, and then 170 to pull all 30,000, dude. That's actually all you need to get it going. I'm just letting you know. So 370, that's actually all you need. We love to talk about that. That's actually all you need. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about cold, outreach. I need to get on these comments. Look at the photos too, man. They weird. They look like some weird stuff going on. DTA, direct to agent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's listed on Redfin. I'm Gucci. Gucci goo up. Oh, nah, CEO, but you did give me some solid advice. I wasn't thinking about that. So that's good information. Okay, didn't catch that. Me either, never again. Yeah, dude. I'm tired, like rocking with those agents. I'm like, nah, I'd rather talk directly to the seller and get you what you need. So the dialer and text for Deal Machine, it's no. That's a good question, Bobby. So where you get all your skip tracing and everything, that's gonna be Deal Machine, where you get your actual contacts and phone numbers to call people. But the dialer is Batch Dialer. And Batch has text message, but the $200 only includes the calling. So the power dialer, and that's what I was talking about at the beginning. So Batch has a power dialer where you can use this for what it will do is it will dial like 3 people at a time, right? And so it takes those 60 phone numbers that you got and it uses them and it evenly distributes them, and it takes that list of 30,000 people that you got and it's dialing through them, and it's dialing through them. And then when somebody answers, and it's dialing 3 people at a time, because most people just don't answer random numbers. When somebody does answer, it just like beep, pulls up on your screen and pulls it right to you. It's got that person's all the information that you just got from Deal Machine, that you just bought from Deal Machine. You import it over here to Batch, and it pulls all that information up when they answer. So you got their name. Hi, I'm sorry, I don't know if I got the right number. I was calling to speak to Bobby Mack. Am I in the right place? Oh, hey, Bobby Mack, this is Cordero. I was just calling in regards to your property on Main Street because it's going to have the property address right there already queued up for you. I'm sure you get calls like this all the time, but I work for a group of investors who are purchasing property in your area and just wanted to know if you were thinking of selling at this time by chance. And then I can let you know, yay or nay. It's that simple. It's that simple. And just do that over and over again until somebody says, well, yeah, actually, I am interested in selling. And then boom, you going through there. And what the Batch does, it also, it has like, place where you can put notes. It integrates with your CRM, which is like stands for Customer Relations Management System or something like that. I use Podio. So you can, if somebody says, yeah, it has the script on the side. So you're reading the script and it already plugs in all of their information, their name, their address, and then all of the questions. Tell me about the condition. Okay, and if we can close, when are you looking to close on the property if we can buy it? Okay. You said 14 days. Is there any particular reason why you need to close in the next 14 days, Mr. Seller? Okay. We can absolutely, and I'm sorry to hear that. I know you're going through a lot. We can absolutely take care of that. If we can purchase the property, how much are you looking to get for it? Okay, absolutely. And if we can make that work, is there any taxes, liens, or is it just the mortgage that we'll need to pay off at closing? Okay, got it. Perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this information over to my underwriters, and then I'll give you a call back within the next day or so just to let you know, and we can set up from there. Does that sound okay? Perfect. Boom. Schedule appointment. And then in Batch, you hit a button that says leads, and it'll automatically send it. Yeah, I think it's magic. I don't know. I think it's magic. It sends it magically to Podio, and then it'll just pop up in your CRM system or something like that. Or you can integrate it to where it'll send just to a spreadsheet, just to a Google Doc spreadsheet. Boom. And it'll just send it there. Bam. You click a button, mark it as a lead, and then automatically you can go on to another platform, and it'll just say, here are all your leads that you collected for today. So that way you got a separate place where you can go back and work your leads. The people who answered, the people who said, yes, I want to sell, call me back in a couple days, call me back in a week. You separate those people from just the people that's like, no, don't call me anymore. Wrong number, not interested. Leave me alone. So on and so forth. You catch my drift. Yeah, Bobby Mack. So that's some stuff to keep in mind when it comes to the dialer. But what I say is, yeah, $200 for that system, the Batch dialer where it's calling, but that's usually $200. And to go get the leads, that's thousands of dollars to go get these leads. I just figured on Deal Machine. I always ignored Deal Machine because I was like, they advertise themselves primarily as a driving for dollars platform. And I'm like, I don't implement driving for dollars enough. You know what I mean? That's not a consistent part. I just want to do something consistent, and dialing is something I do consistently, or just calling the sellers directly, whether that's PPL, dialing, whatever. And then I looked into it a little bit more, and I was like, hold on, wait, they got data, they got leads. And obviously a part of their system and platform, actually Caritha gave me the idea, because Caritha was talking about how she goes driving for dollars, and she was saying the information is accurate on there. And she was like, you can pull this many leads and get this much. And I'm like, you can pull all them leads and how much it costs? She's like, I'm like, what? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't think Caritha was dialing like that. She ain't cold calling like that. Caritha on the go. She out moving. So she got it just for that. She said it like it was a side note. And I was like, I think I might be onto something. But the information, the most important thing is the information is very accurate. So far, so good with me, guys. So if you all do try it out, I just figured like for 170, 30,000 leads, 30,000 prospects, I guess I should say. That's 30,000 opportunities for you to make $30,000. That's 30,000 chances for you to put the shot up. That's all I'm saying is all you got to do is make the shot one time in this business. All you got to do is be right one time in this business. And if you could increase your shots, like all you gotta do is be right one time. For example, Jay, he's talking about, and I'm just using this for example, because he's talking about, man, he increased his chances to get to making a shot. He stacked his bread up to be able to buy 30 shots on the PPL. Like I can buy at least about 30 leads. And with PPL, these are more qualified leads. So he said, I'm going to take my bread and I'm going to look for 30 shots. All he's got to do is make one, right? All he's got to do is make one. And that costs a couple grand, but these are more qualified leads. These are people reaching out to us. All he's got to do is be right one time. Let it once. But if you get the dialer, you pay, again, what, $370, $200 for the dialer, $170 for 30,000 leads. $370 just got you 30,000. How many guys? Come on, let's take a survey. If I could put a poll in the chat, I promise you I would. How many of you could make a shot anywhere on the basketball court, full court, half court, three-pointer, wherever, if you had 30,000 chances to do it? That's the thing. When you jump off in that dialer, you don't want to be thinking, okay, I'm going to spend my 2 hours in the dialer. I'm going to spend my 3-4 hours in the dialer and just do that and get it over with. You need to be thinking like, man, each time that's another shot you get to put up. This could be it. I'm telling you, your mindset when you're actually in the dialer, your mindset when you're actually working on the leads and when you're actually going out working, if it's calling these people when they come in from PPL, if it's in the dialer, if it's driving for dollars and you look at it, you need to have that lion mindset. Like the way lions think about stuff. Like if I was like, bro, somebody told me like, I got to go like chase a gazelle. I'm like, oh, wow. Lion's like, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, this is what I was born to do. Matter of fact, if the lion isn't absolutely starving, then he's going to let the gazelle get a little distance just to make it more of a race. So you got to really consider this. It's just like, if you set your intentions like this is going to be it, all I got to do is put another shot up, another shot up, another shot up. Then you realize like all you need to make is one, you out of there. I don't know, Phil, I don't know what you did or how much you did on that first deal you closed. But I'm saying you was cold calling and you closed the deal off cold calling. Now, however much you paid for those leads, if you can shorten all of that down to $370 to have 30,000 chances to do that over again, don't you think you can hit it? I mean, if anybody can hit it, it's Phil Banks. You know what I mean? So that's something to consider, y'all. Like I'm just always talking about, yes, we do PPL. Yes, I really like PPL because it puts us directly in contact with the sellers. And these are motivated sellers. The conversation is different. The conversation is different. Hey, am I speaking with Tamika? Yeah, this is Tamika. I saw you submitted some information online. I just wanted to reach out. Is now a good time? Yeah, okay. You are looking the property on Main Street. You are looking to sell that property at this time. Is that correct? Okay, got it. How much are you looking to get for that property? Boom, off the rip. I ain't playing with them. I'm smacking them right there. Whereas you saw the cold call script, the price was the last thing we talked about. But if you reach an inbound to me, baby, I'm hitting you calling me. You hit me up. So I'm gonna hit you in the head with the price from the get-go. So the conversation is different. It's like, yeah, you got 30 shots as opposed to 30,000 shots, but these are like layups. I mean, you got 30 layups to make, you know what I'm saying? Or at least free throws. At least 30 free throws that you can try to make. But let's call this lead. Hey, Jay, let me know, man. Did you call this lead at all? You know what I mean? Rule of thumb, you got to call them right away. But my point is this. Every time you got to think of generating leads and reaching out to sellers in every little opportunity. I know, especially before you get your first deal, but even in the beginning where you're trying to get momentum, or even in this weird, crazy market where it feels like deals ain't coming like they was 2 years ago. Like deals will just fall out. Oh, you sneeze too hard and some money fall in your pocket. Well, you got to still keep thinking like every single thing you touch could be gold. Everything you accidentally knock into could be the opportunity. Trust me. Believe you me, that is it. But I'm going to try to call this seller, y'all. We're going to try to call this seller. See how it goes. You guys get this? Hope you can hear it. Put up a shot.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you are trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you...
I ain't ever in my life heard no answering machine like that. I ain't ever in my life heard a... I'm not even gonna assume where that person was from, but you catch my point. That's what you got to think when it, and we're talking on the acquisitions. Matter of fact, everything you do in this business, you got to understand, nothing is promised, nothing is guaranteed. However, you can weigh your odds. You can increase your chances by doing the right things. Like I'm telling you, the difference between even if you had 30,000 leads, double it. You got 60,000 leads, but it's trash data, and you didn't try to cheap out and pay 5 cents per skip trace from one of those cheap websites, and it's trash data. Then you underwater, bro. You choking. Matter of fact, that's like taking 30,000 shots with a deflated ball or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or spiked rim. It's you working against yourself. Nothing is guaranteed. You can increase your odds. However, you got to understand that every chance, every time you wake up, that could be the day you get the deal. You got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to understand that. Now, once I saw it was listed, I didn't, especially because the photos didn't add up. I disputed it. I mean, I'm telling you, Jade, again, even on those opportunities, don't let off the gas with all because you pay. Even if you can get the money back, it still could be again. So I'm saying this could be the opportunity. Even if the picture's just trash, even if the property's leaning over, because we got some people going to look at some properties right now, tomorrow. Then I'm like, I wouldn't go look at it. I wouldn't even go look at the property. But you know what I'm saying? So not about the pictures, just every time a lead comes in, press it. And that's something that we're working on, but you try to press it as much as you can. Aria, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself. I heard that same one today. You heard the same one? Well, Mr. REI next door, can you let him know how what is it? Is blue camel hair carpet that you got in your house imported from the Bermuda Triangle? Is that what it was? And you had 50 slaves pull it out of the depths of the ocean. I think that's what it was. Just pulling it out with a rope, and it had 50. I don't know. I can't remember. But when you got bread like that. Some deals be the one you think wasn't talking about nothing. I'm telling you now. Oh, that voicemail, yeah. I was like, when did they start this guy? But some deals try the other one from earlier. Okay. I did call them, Dave, but let's call them again. Shoot, they reached out to us. We're gonna hit them up again. But yeah, this is right here. This is some deals be the ones you think wasn't talking about nothing. And you got to be in that mindset that every single opportunity is an opportunity. Period. I mean, every opportunity really is opportunity. That's why I look at it. That's why when I'm in a dialogue, I'm like, dude, somebody like, no, stop calling me. I'm like, dang, beep. Next person, next shot. That's like if you literally did have 1,000 shots and you got the free throw line, miss, and you airball that one, you'd be like, next shot. I mean, I'm just come on. That's what the dialer does for you. That's what these leads coming in. It's just like you can continue to put the shot up and the shot up. You can be terrible and get good at it until you're perfect at it. You got enough opportunities. And I just gave y'all the sauce on how to okay, this person. Let me see if the number already. On how to get these leads, 30,000 leads for like 170. Shout out to Deal Machine. I need a Deal Machine link or something. Honestly. I honestly need a Deal Machine 723. All right, let's see. Let's see if this lead from earlier. I done called them a few times, actually. Sometimes they be getting off work late. You never know. We're going to do this and we're going to.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box.
Now, the worst thing is when they don't answer the phone. That's when, hey, you'd be like, man, if I lived next door to you, I would pull up at your house, man. I mean, for real. You done came in, swooped down, stole our money, and got the heck up out of there. You're not gonna answer the phone. But you gotta be, but it'd be a lot like that. And the point of it is the chances that you get them on the horn increase greatly if you call them in less than 10 seconds. I'm talking about it come in, you don't even look at nothing else, copy the number, and then start dialing it immediately. Immediately. But yeah, guys, I just want to give y'all a little bit of sauce on cold calling. We talk a lot about PPL, but I wanted to share with you what it's like. And if you get yourself in the right mindset, I just gave you a little bit of the script. If you do have any questions and you are considering cold calling and you don't like the script you have, hit me up. I can share with you my script. And shake my head, dude. They be tripping, man. I can share with you my script and some tips and pointers, or just any question on that. You know what I'm saying? Or just how to talk to sellers in general, how to close sellers, how to close deals. If you are looking to join our team, please hit me up. Follow me on IG. 61. I guess I'll put my 615 on IG. Yeah. Cordell Martin 615 on IG. Hit me up there if you got any questions. Or you got a deal that you want to bring to us, you want to bring to me or Byron in Middle Tennessee or in anywhere in Georgia, let us know. We can for sure get it off for you. If you need help closing it, just bring it right to me, dog. We will close it. What's Byron's IG? No, I'm not giving y'all that, man. I'm tired of Byron getting all the bread, man. I'm really hating on Byron, man. I don't like that stuff. Both of y'all spread the word about the channel. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Byron, I think it's the Aria. Here we go. I'm a cat. Oh, yeah. And I was just about to mention that, dude. You got it. No, not a cash buyer. Byron is looking for flips in Georgia. It's not even just about getting a deal off or wholesaling it. Byron is looking for flips. If you pull the list, you get you the dialer. And I don't care if you in Nantucket. I don't care if you in Canada or Africa or Ghana. Shout out to my guy, Wilden. We need to talk. But you pull a list in Georgia, in North Georgia, west of Atlanta, anywhere in that area, Carrollton County, Douglas County, anything like that in that area, Carroll County, Douglas County, in those areas, and you find a flip just anywhere in Georgia, please send it to Byron. Byron@openresi.com. That's his email directly. Hey, Byron, please put your IG if you can, brother. Add your IG and I'll put it up here. But I'm pretty sure it's the REI next door. REI next door on IG. What's the buy box in Georgia? Man, we don't really want nothing old. Tell you that. Byron used to say not older than 2000. Well, actually, hit him up on that email, Byron@openresi.com. Hit him up on the email, and then from there, he'll be able to share his actual buy box and buying criteria. Or you can hit him up on IG, the REI next door. The REI next door. But Byron's buying, and he's looking to get like, I don't know. I mean, how many more properties, Byron, do you need to get to continue to get this blue camel hair carpet in the house? I think, how many maids you got now, Byron? Drop that in the chat. Let us know how many maids you got. Because I remember I think he hired a small village to come in and clean his house for him. I don't know how much that costs. Like real Willy Wonka Oompa Loompa style, but these ain't like Oompa Loompas. Like this is a real Cambodian family, I think. I'm not really sure. But, he got it. But looking for more flips actively. You know what I'm saying? Actively looking for more flips. But, yeah, here it goes. 1960 or newer, 2-bed, 1-bath minimum. At least minimum. I'll look at anything. Yes, and even land too. Yes, we are looking for land deals. Byron, certainly he on his land grind. So you got to understand. How many cash buyers have you found on YouTube that's like saying, hey, we looking for deals, yada, yada, yada. Here you go. Most of them be like, I'm a wholesaler. Nah, Byron's actually trying to find more flips than wholesale at this point. I'm pretty sure. So please, if you got a deal in Atlanta, think it, you know what I'm saying, shoot it over to him. And he's doing better. He better than most buyers. I'll say that, because that's why the more deals we get, we tend to Byron just wants to take them, because we're getting them with the margins, and the buyers is coming to us. They needing like so deep spreads and discounts. It's like, okay, Byron really looking to make a certain amount on it that make it profitable for you. And if you bring something, everybody eats. That's what we trying to do. We trying to put food in your kids' mouth all 2024. Feed the kids all 2024. I'm trying to tell you that now. So if you got a deal in Georgia, surrounding counties of Atlanta, if you got a deal in Middle Tennessee, Nashville, as a matter of fact, anywhere up top to bottom in Middle Tennessee, I'm talking about Nashville, Clarksville, on down to Chattanooga, please let me know. I'm definitely looking for deals, definitely getting them off, and that's what we're doing. Yes, the CEO's got it dead on point. Byron's maids have maids. Byron's butlers got butlers. Byron ain't cooked or nothing. His family ain't cooked nothing since like 08. You know what I'm saying? They've been eating for that long, old money. But yeah, I want to give you all that tip. Please let us know if you got any deals. We are actively looking. And, Jade already know, if you got deals and you need help closing them, or you need one of us to jump on and talk to the seller, we can discuss that. I'll certainly jump on and help you close the deal, just to give you that confidence. So that way you're not thinking, man, I don't really have what it takes to go full speed ahead. Because even if I do get an interested seller, I don't even know what to say to them. No worries. Add me on IG and just let me know. I can reach out to them. We can lock it up together and we can get the ball rolling. Help you get to that first deal, to that next deal, so on and so forth. If you want to join our team, please let me know. Add me on IG, Cordero Martin at 615, and then certainly add Byron Aria next door. Please, please, please. But thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm about to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. It's tough trying to get on y'all level. Shout out to everybody, man. It's tough trying to get on the CEO's level. Byron's maids got maids, but you the CEO. Yeah, you the CEO. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Mr. REI next door himself. That is his buying criteria here in Georgia. 1960 or newer, minimum 2-bed, 1-bath. We'll look at it. That's the thing. We'll look at anything. Because there was a time when he was saying 2000 or newer and didn't want to go deep. Now somehow he's worked his way on back to 1960. So if you got something, send it over, because you never know what might be the opportunity. And that's just kind of how you think. Again, that's putting up a shot. We're talking about putting up a shot. Ain't no way you talking about putting up shots in Georgia and you're not sending your wholesale deals or your opportunities over to Byron. So keep that in mind. Like, certainly, Bobby Mack, shout out to Bobby Mack, man. Bobby Mack always coming through with the great questions. But yeah, that was the buy box for Georgia. And then, of course, we got Jade coming in. Shout out to Jade, staying real, keep holding us down. And I think we had Phil. Yes, sir, my guy Phil. Shout out to Phil coming in. And yeah, man, shout out to everybody. I don't know where all of this streamed to, if anybody else saw it. No, it's tough trying to get on our level, me and Byron's level. I'm over here shopping for semi trucks now. Hey, yeah, CEO, I'm pretty sure you asked me that question. We missed it the other day. You asked me what I'm gonna name my first truck, man. I'm not on your level, dude. I need to get on that level. You know what I'm saying? Get me a semi truck now. Really get on Byron's level. Really get on the CEO level, man. I'm gonna name my first truck. Dude, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. That's a good question. What am I gonna name my first truck? That's catch me tomorrow. Catch me tomorrow on that one. That's a good question, man. CEO, we're gonna have to holler at you again on that question, man. Catch you Friday, man. Catch you Friday, Jade, man. I know everything will work out, and we will be back up and running as always. But I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please add us. Are y'all next door? Cordero Martin 615. If y'all got any questions, man, and this is where you need to go. If you got a deal in Georgia, shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. I know how many of y'all been trying to talk to them IG baddies. Huh? How many of y'all been trying to talk to them IG baddies online, shooting your shot? If you got a deal, shoot your shot at Byron. He might be the one. He's going to buy it from you, man. So take it easy, everybody. I appreciate y'all.